We got the first community hit list for the year kicking off today. The Necromancy XP embargo is being lifted, and the combat beta is moving on to the next step. So before we get into the community hit list, couple of announcements. If you are interested, Makeshift has some dragon plushies that look really cool, modeled after Vorkath, King Black Dragon, and Elvarg. These are available right now for pre-order, so check the Makeshift website, which is linked on a news post. I'll have the news post down in the description. Next up, the Necromancy Experience embargo has now been lifted, so all of your XP stars, your lamps, anything that you can use on any of your other skills that give you bonus XP or anything like that will be available to use in the Necromancy skill now. So no better time to go get that 99 or 120 or even 200 mil if you haven't done so yet. That said, the combat beta is still in full swing since November, and they are pushing out a new patch starting Thursday, January 25th. They're polishing changes that will be making it into the live game in the near future, but do need your help testing these things out and giving feedback. Once again, this is a new update to the beta coming out this Thursday on the 25th. Links on how to access the beta are in the news post, which is linked in the description below. Having said all that, let's take a look at the community hit list kicked off today. Herbs and gem bags can now store noted items. The information box that appears above the player to display feedback can now be moved using edit mode. When a monster dies, its options are now hidden during the death animation, so you can more easily pick up the items the monster drops. You can now disable dragging of items in your pocket using new padlock buttons at the bottom. Hovering over the invention button on the backpack and the charge pack of the tool belt now displays your remaining charge time and drain rates. The health runes in the Zamorak solo phase 7 have been halved. This is to reduce the difficulty between solo and group play. The mechanic was meant to be memory based and missable if not enough attention was paid, so they elected to halving the health rather than reducing the rune count further. Added a wiki button in the top right corner, the quest overview / quest journal interface. Clicking it opens the quick guide for the selected quest. Player owned farm name and trait rerollers can no longer reroll the current trait or name in the selected slot and will reopen the reroll menu if the player hasn't run out of rollers. Completing the breed log for the category of animal now passively grants tier 1 perk for this animal. For example, if you have completed the You Had a Zygomite achievement to breed the 5 types of Zygomites, you're now granted a tier 1 Zygomite perk, Uncapped Potential, without needing a Zygomite in one of your pens. You'll still need to acquire an animal in a pen to get the tier 2 perk. Normalized produce and seed amount required for farming requests based on produce and seed type. Remove some outlying annoying crops / seeds it could require, like bloodwood seeds, goutweed, and goutweed tuber. Reduced possible animal types for small and medium farming requests, increased allowed breeds from medium and hard farming requests, and remove the need for specific traits on hard requested animals. Making planks via NPCs in the elite skilling outfit is now more streamlined. All types of fire spirits will now send rewards directly to the bank or to the inventory if the bank is full. Otherwise, the rewards will drop on the floor. Messaging now outputs to say exactly what rewards the fire spirit has given and when a fire spirit despawns without collecting its reward. A buff is now added to the buff bar when adding logs to a bonfire if you have any bonus XP from a fire spirit. Added a 15-second reminder that incense sticks will run out in line with potion effects. The following bosses are no longer immune to death touch darts: Commander Ziliana hard mode, Araxor in duo mode, Seryu the Azure Serpent. Note that darting Seryu only skips phases where you can damage Seryu. You will need to destroy the crystals on Seryu's back, which are dartable, to complete the final phase to get your reward drop. Black unicorns have been graphically updated. The Unicorn Stallion Familiar has been graphically updated to match the white unicorn, using special attack for healing animation and retaining the current chat head. Unicorns now use melee instead of magic attacks to better suit their animation. Black / white fowls have been graphically updated with slight adjustments to their examine. Black bears and grizzly bears, including their cubs, have been graphically updated. Updated Chuck the polar bear in the Ardoin Zoo to use the newer polar bear model. Updated Arctic bear familiar and in the Three's Company saga to use the newer polar bear model. Turiel, Spraya, and Jacqueline novice Slayer Master outfits have been graphically updated. Updated Vanaka the Slayer Master body and chat head, including his appearance in Beneath Cursed Tides, Tutorial Island, and the NPC contact spell. By popular request, they've added a copy of Vanaka to his temporary encampment in the Southwest Edgeville dungeon and updated the note from Vanaka accordingly. Repositioned a god ray in the Varrock sewers under the ladder leading to its manhole exit. The magic store owner that sells runes in the Anil Mage Guild no longer wanders and has trimmed robes to more easily distinguish him. They've also graphically updated the attackable wizards wandering around him. Updated the angry unicorn, bear, and giant rat in Tolna's Rift to the newer models. Added a column of Necronium salvage to the Spring Cleaner interface. Increased the number of length of chat history from 100 to 200. Loot Custom will now grab grab any noted and stackable items from the ground if you already have one in your backpack. The fletching bench in the Ranger's workroom now has a use option which checks what fletchable ingredients you currently are carrying and attempts to guess whether to open its ammo, fletch, or string option. Combine the fletching bench toggle and check Wisdom of Anima options as it already had the maximum 5 options. In response to feedback, the fletching workbench and portable fletcher ammo option now prioritizes tipping arrowheads over fletching arrow shafts, imbuing essence over tipping dyne arrows, and the fletch option prioritizes standard logs over protean. Unwearable items will be moved to the inventory noted when withdrawing them from the worn tab of the bank if withdrawing items noted is toggled on. And lastly, by player request, remove Chikara's Screech and Herman's Yell and Foot Stomp during the idle animations of these boss pets. If you enjoyed the video so far, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you'd like to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Thank you. With that out of the way, we're going to now shift on over to the patch notes and see what's been changed with today's updates. Starting off with the graphical update, blocking tiles were added in Catherby to fix an issue that allowed players to clip through the environment. A rock is no longer going through the fence at the Fishing Guild. Blocking has been added to a rock cliff near the water edge at the coal mine in North Kandarin. The bushes no longer clip through the walls at the quest house north of the Wizards Guild in Yanil. Rocks added to the wall near Sinclair Mansion. Rocks near the Eagle's Peak lodestone should now have similar colors. Added bubbles to the lava near Orania altar. The hidey hole near the outpost northwest of Ardoin has been added back. The Sinclair Mansion hidey hole has been remapped at the correct coordinate. Fixed a blocking issue causing the red salamander traps to become unreachable near the Orania altar. An inaccessible fishing spot north of the combat training camp can be accessed once again. Fixed an issue which caused a tree to float east of the Grand Exchange. Stalls in Ardoin Market will no longer twist around abruptly when players steal from them. Adjusted blocking around the Ardoin Market. The inactive stalls in the center of the Ardoin Market are now examinable. Blocking has been added to a fence next to the church in East Ardoin. The fence corner has been replaced with the current fence piece at the Ardoin Zoo. Fences extend to the south side of Ardoin Zoo. Fixed some blocking north of the observatory and added a shortcut icon for the plant to the map. Adjusted some blocking around the Orania altar area. Fixed some blocking issues at the cliffs near the West Ardoin wall. The fence model at the Ardoin Market has been replaced. World Gate Ingram no longer appears hidden under the terrain. Grounded the floating rocks into the rock wall at Eagle's Peak. Added shells back to the shore north of Barbarian Assault. Blocking has been added to some rocks and high mapping has been fixed on the beach near Eagle's Peak. Remove the Elven Overpass Easy, Medium, Advanced Cliffside shortcut entries from the Agility skill guide. Removed a Screwball Scramble achievement as there's no longer Agility long cuts in Ardoin Pass to trigger it. And the Elite Taranwin area tasks already require more than 85 agility via the We've Come a Long Way achievements. Note that removing this achievement reduces max rune score by 25. Blocking has been added near the Grand Tree area. Terrain gaps in Prifdinnis Max Guild has been closed up. Heelthorg and Oaknock statues are fixed and don't float. The dead tree is reachable and blocking is added near the outpost area. Blocking has been added near the Kingdom of Kandarin. Players are able to search the boxes at the Ardoin Market. And lastly, fix the texture blending in East Ardoin. Moving on to some general changes, the load last preset option is now available on banks found in the Dominion Tower, Nitsinat, Darkmire, Lunar Isles, and the Lumbridge Basement. The song Dinosaur Slayer should no longer start to play when crossing the spine of the skeleton during the agility course. Necromancy is no longer taken into account into scaling the dungeoneering monster/boss levels. Adjusted the font size used in the achievement tab. Hammer overrides are now present when smithing normal bars and protean bars, and the audio is now played correctly. Christmas decorations have been removed from the player-owned port. Primary, secondary hair color buttons are now deselected and cannot be reselected until another hairstyle has been chosen. Some force walk tiles near Remington have been removed. The Rowdy Slave task has been removed from Menaphos city quests. Special minions now despawn when Vorkath leaves the battle. And lastly, Christmas decorations have been removed for the Fish Flinger area. And that is it for your patch notes. Links to everything discussed in this video will be down in the description below. Head on over there, check them out if you wish to do so. And if you have not seen last week's video, it'll be on screen now. Looking forward to seeing you there. If not, we'll see you with the next RuneScape news coverage video here on the channel. And I am out. Aloha.